In today's gospel, Jesus implores his disciples to be vigilant, like servants who await their master's return from a wedding, ready to open immediately when he comes and knocks. What exactly is Jesus asking us to do? Who is our master? Whose arrival are we awaiting? At first glance, it might seem that Christ is talking about preparing for God's return at the end of the world. But I think that Jesus is telling us to be ready for God's knock on our door here and now, in our everyday lives. Consider the analogy offered by Jesus. If God is the master, then we are God's servants. Essentially, Jesus is urging his followers to be prepared to serve God whenever the opportunity arises. And as legendary basketball coach John Wooden often told his players, the time to prepare is before an opportunity arises. So how is it that we prepare ourselves to serve God? We serve God by serving others, by showing compassion and mercy to all of God's children. Jesus understands that this won't always be easy. He instructs his disciples to gird your loins and light your lamps. In other words, be ready for a challenge. The first step in that preparation is prayer. Jesus regularly went off to pray before facing pivotal moments in his ministry. He prayed before selecting the apostles. He prayed before delivering the Sermon on the Mount. He prayed in Gethsemane the night before he was crucified. Through prayer, Jesus fortified himself for his mission. In the same way, prayer can deepen our relationship with God and help us discern how we are called to serve. Prayer can keep us connected to God even when we feel that God is far away from us. For much of her life, Mother Teresa experienced prolonged periods of spiritual desolation, a sense that God had abandoned her. Yet she persevered in prayer, even though she wasn't sure that God was listening. And she faithfully served God by caring for the poorest of the poor. Now you may be thinking, in my life and in my line of work, I can't possibly serve God as Mother Teresa did. But if we follow Christ's instruction to remain vigilant, each of us can discover ways to serve God in our own lives. God's love and mercy are revealed every day in countless acts of compassion and generosity by ordinary people leading seemingly ordinary lives. Even small gestures of kindness can touch the hearts and souls of those around us. Whether it's lending a helping hand to someone who's feeling overwhelmed, or listening sympathetically to someone who just needs to talk, or simply treating everyone we encounter as children of God, deserving of our respect and empathy regardless of their race or religion or social status or political views. The question for us is, the next time God knocks on our door, will we be ready to open our hearts and let God in? Jesus shows us the way. He was always prepared to do whatever his Father asked of him. Let us pray that we, like Jesus, will have the grace to hear God's call and the resolve to respond with the refrain to today's responsorial psalm. Here I am, Lord. I come to do your will.